Thank you for joining Wars of the Rosies as we continue with Lesson 58, The Bell of the Temple was Rent, of International Esoteric and Illuminated Bible Lessons by R. Swinburne Clymer. International Illuminated Bible Lessons prepared for the Sunday Schools of the Church of Divine Illumination, Matthew 27th chapter, 45th verse to close. Golden text. And behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain, from the top to the bottom, and the earth did quake, and the rocks rent. This was the cause of the accumulated vibration of hate, malice, envy, and destruction. Christ never destroyed anything, neither did God become angry and tear up the earth and the temple in his wrath, like uncorruptible man. God is not violent nor destructive. God's forces are all silent, sincere, calm, as Jesus was through all his struggles, his trials, his persecution. Evil laws return to the senders, and evil alone wreaks destruction and violence. Verse 52, and the graves were opened, and many bodies of the saints which slept arose. Verse 55, and came up out of their graves after his resurrection, and went into the holy city, and appeared unto many. The souls of the saints appeared, and not the bodies of flesh. Bodies of flesh never arose. It was the body of the soul which appeared. This must not be taken in the literal sense. Verse 54, now when the centurion and they that were with him, watching Jesus, saw the earthquake and those things that were done, they feared greatly, saying, truly this was the Son of God. They did not know that Jesus' thoughts, his vibration of love, truth, and forgiveness saved that part of the earth from total destruction. His currents of righteousness, love, and law counterbalanced those of hate, crime, and all evil. Otherwise, the pressure of the accumulated evil would have become so heavy, the earth would have sank as did Atlantis before that. Evil thoughts are heavy, and where a town or city is infested with evil thoughts, the atmosphere of that place becomes heavy. There is a gigantic pressure against the earth. Unless this is relieved by the counteracting currents of purity and goodness, that city or town destroys itself, as did Sodom and Gomorrah. God has nothing to do with it. God cannot save evil. God only saves God, for it is impossible to conjoin God and evil and save both. Verse 55, and many women were there beholding afar off, which followed Jesus from Galilee, ministering with him. It is a noteworthy fact that the women were always more faithful to Jesus throughout his trials than the men. They were the last to leave, the first to greet him. Woman's perfect love is without fear, but perhaps the explanation is this. Women are not considered a power and strength in those days among the Jews, and they counted her presence as insignificant. Among the Egyptians and other Gentile nations, woman's sphere was considerably higher than among the Jews. The Jews' laws were all man-made. They served a man-made God. They were material and could not see above the material, and it pleased their senses to make man and the image of man Lord of all. God made man according to their way of thinking, and a few men have gotten above the crude story of creation and the beginning of man. After so much demonstration of the unseen but natural forces, the Jews began to fear. They began to fear that Jesus might arise from the dead. Verse 62, now the next day that followed, the day of preparation, the chief priests and Pharisees came together to Pilate. Verse 63, saying, Sir, we remember that the deceiver said while he was yet alive, after 3 days I will rise again. Verse 64, command therefore that the sepulchre be made sure until the 3rd day, lest his disciples come by night and steal him away, and say unto the people, he is risen from the dead, so the last error shall be worse than the first. Verse 65, Pilate said, Ye have a watch. Go your way, make it as sure as can. Verse 66. And they went and made the sepulchre sure, sealing the stone and setting a watch. But no man has the power to seal the Christ away from the soul seeking the resurrection. Material man cannot see nor perceive the power nor the entrance of life unto the soul of the purified flesh. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.